Order for NDC for flag bearership race no aye butu. Just a breaking news case your pan abeto dwa me to begin in bro. Every NDC for catch concerning flag bearership race no nipa NDC for no edina kwako jina okunenim nyame adoma 2028 order for sisi ana na amafo bebre na aka se wo eden ase edu nketia na eko amafo bebre na so e no mo ka se yato forcing finance minister ono oba ebusu adabeboa Julius Debra amafo bebre na so se ye okujeto ablakwa na egbemu se Haruna Iddrisu odofo sisi ano de chese post no aba betodwa NDC fo akachi ayedeja nipa chese amafo bebre na ehwe ni mu se ombeye flag bearer for the National Democratic Congress no list number betodwa chese Haruna Iddrisu okujeto ablakwa Julius Debra ato forcing asiedu nketia the national chairman chese kofo bebre na ena chese omato aba eyi nipa baako se ombedi NDC fu enim as flag bearer for the National Democratic Congress. Therefore, side we dey a best shock because meaning say bebre na boss some specific name bi. Odofo manko ne kwati sanse mu nyina nchemu. Ghanatube member is here.
Organizer also embark on the thank you tour. Yes. Can your general secretary also embark? And if they are beginning to embark in individual capacities, what does that speak of your party?
This is what I want to do. If truly these individuals are lacing their boots for presidency, how is it looking like? Global Info Analytics is out with a poll. They did that earlier this year with Haruna and the others in the mix. Let me bring in Musa Dankwa, who's the Executive Director for Global Info Analytics, is joining us via Zoom. Thank you, sir, for your time. So let's do this. Why is Asiedu Nketia in all of this, in the mix? I recall when the first poll was out, Asiedu Nketia was then lagging behind, but now you say there's a significant improvement. Tell us about it.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, the first poll that was conducted in April, he was barely around 13%. Subsequent to that, in July, he rose to 27%.
Oh, 27.
So we saw his number doubling from 13 to 26%. So in terms of gain, he was the one that made a huge gain from the previous poll, in addition to Atuforse.
So who's leading on this new list? And are you still keeping the same list? Because in the last list, I think Julius Debra was not on that list, right?
Yes, we were showing the top 5, which at the time he wasn't. Now Debra is on the list. If you look at the list we released last week before we started the tracking poll, you have Haruna Iddrisu, you have Atuforse, you have Asiedu Nketia, you have Julius Debra, you have Ablakwa, and all the big guns who we are believing that may have interest, even though some may not in the poll, or we have them there.
So now let's do this. Who's number 1 on the list, and where's Johnson Asiedu Nketia as opposed to the chief of staff? Where do we place all of them now?
The most recent poll, which is the July poll, has Haruna Iddrisu on top, followed by Asiedu Nketia, then Atuforse, then Julius Debra, then Ablakwa.
Oh, so there's Atuforse in the mix. Do you have a clear percentage point for all of these individuals, if you can run us through?
Yes, if you look at the poll, Haruna Iddrisu on 27% as at the July poll.
Yeah.
Asiedu Nketia on 26%. Atuforse on 22%. Debra on 11%. Ablakwa on 8%.
So now the top 5 has completely changed. Any reason for which the vice president is no longer featuring on this list now? Because the initial one
we took the decision to take it out for a number of reasons. We don't want to put that in public, but it's our own decision. If there's confirmation that she's going to contest, we'll bring her back.
And of course, I would want to talk about Atuforse. Why Atuforse, and why is he also picking up so fast?
Right, it's quite strange. In fact, if you look at the people who are probably doing very well, they're the ones who have not declared any publicly interest or shown any action in public that they want to contest. So if you see Haruna Iddrisu, very, very little from him as far as his ambition is concerned, but people know that he's going to contest because of some of the things he's said in the past. But unfortunately, the surprising one, there's no indication whatsoever that he's going to contest, and also a black one. But they are getting very good numbers so far. And if they haven't declared any intention they are doing this work, we don't know what will happen if they do declare.
Yeah. Okay. Are you beginning to do permutations already? Say, for instance, in my mind now, I'm looking at possibly Asidu Nketia against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Asidu Nketia against Kennedy Japan. These are at least the leading names in the NPP. Are you beginning to do some of the permutations already? How is it going to be looking like?
Finally, my champ is going.
Yes, we've set up a criteria for one to qualify to be in the head-to-head. The criteria is that if you are on the MPP circuit, you must at least have 10% point from the public support for us to include you as a head-to-head candidate. And the same thing applies to NDC. When we did that for the NDC, only 4 people qualified: Haruna, Iddrisu, Julius Deborah, Atufosin, and Asidu Nketia. So we ran head-to-head for these 4 candidates against the 2 candidates, which is MPP, Dr. Bawumia and Kennedy Japan.
Okay.
We have a head-to-head to Haruna and the 2 of the MPP candidates, Atufosin and 2 of the MPP candidates, Mosquito and the 2 MPP candidates, and Deborah with 2 MPP candidates.
That'll be an interesting one. I'm waiting for that. But let's do the NPP side. You have Ken, you have Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Have you run that already?
It's currently ongoing, yes. It's ongoing.
And it's looking like...
I don't want to take the cat out of the bag. But it's going to be fascinating weeks ahead.
Wow. So it's coming up in the next few days. Give us a sense, if you're not going to give us figures, of what some of the critical deciding factors for the NPP guys too as well.
Look, I don't want to let anything out, but we are seeing phenomenal and trend that we are observing. The key thing we've seen is that the NDC voters prefer MPP to elect Bawumia, and the MPP voters prefer NDC to elect Mosquito or Haruna Iddrisu.
Are they doing that from a good heart, a good place, if I should say, or they want someone who they can easily...
I don't want to answer that.
Or they want someone who they can easily... Because I'm looking at this. Johnson Asidu Nketia against Kennedy Japan. That will be a wild one, isn't it? Yeah, that will be a very serious one.
I mean, we just have to wait a bit more to see a bit more detail from that. I think it's going to be very fascinating. We've already done the telephone survey of general vote, so we have that idea already. But we're now doing the face-to-face in the field, where we are engaging about 7,500 more voters face-to-face nationwide.
Okay,
and that should be very fascinating stuff.
A sense and outlook before I let you go of the 2028 elections. Swinging right or left, NDC or NPP?
Look, it will take a big mess from the NDC to lose the election.
It will take a big mess?
Yes.
So you're implying that there's a higher chance for the NDC, you're saying?
I mean, there's more than 80% chance for NDC to win the election.
Some would, apologies, some will challenge you on that and say, and just as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has said, no first-time candidate has ever won a presidential elections in this country. That's a fact, isn't it? So if you have Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia coming again for the second time, and I'm not assuming that that's the decision the NPP delegates will take, I'm just assuming without admitting, would that not change the dynamics and looking at the trend that we've seen ever since '92?
Bless, I wish you speak to the people in your studio, the young people, the young voters, in the form of a focus group discussion and see whether they hold a kind of belief. We have held some belief in this country that is outdated, irrelevant in the modern day politics of this country. We have a new brand of voters who have nothing to do with those kind of ideas. So people must be prepared to get a shock of their lives.
Right. So it's not business as usual. Anyway, Musa Dankwa, we're grateful for your time.
At all.
So the young ones will decide.
75% of your voters below 35 years of age.
So it's going to be largely driven by the youth.
Absolutely. If they believe in those theories, fine. But from what I've seen, they don't believe in those things. They look at tangible results. Who can deliver what they want?
Okay, Musa Dankwa, thank you so much for your time this morning. And of course, we'll be waiting for that release. You're coming out with it this week, I believe?
No, that will be first week of October.
First week October. Of course, we'll be on the lookout for that finding. And very interesting dynamics here. But you in the audience will be the ones deciding. We have the power now to say who will become president, not these individuals on the panel. So let me go into the audience.
Other four, when they're breaking news about to dry, yes, see Haruna Iddrisu, and I see only the NDC for Bebrina Kase, a general mosquito. I see you Kitia, chairman, national chairman of the NDC, no, and now definitely no, obey flag bearer for the National Democratic Congress. But you see, I know the table ne air 10, Atenia could be a Haruna Iddrisu, you say. Youth phone nina, NDC phone nina, delegates nina, supporters phone nina, members nina, NDC phone members nina, rally behind Haruna Iddrisu into normal man more votes. In this year, no, ameno kasano Haruna Iddrisu BT as you doing Kitia, NDC flag bearership place or the 4-way. And breaking news about James speaking in our bro, our Ghanatube. If you say mobile like no subscribe, no share, no notification board, so my send a bear. Bring a BB drop content say a woo when you tempan watching with your mother for aha, and I'm in 7 in ABC or Ghanatube so. Macramina, Madame Nina Slavery.